The Premier League fixtures have been released, and Arsenal fans are not happy. What's going on, people? Urson here. Welcome back to the channel. The Premier League fixtures have been released. We're gonna go. Why is my team? Why is it turned off, bruv? Why is it turned off? What is going on? All right, take two. The Premier League fixtures have been released. We're gonna react to it and react to some people that are crying about it. But let me know what you think in the comments. The first game of the season, I'm not joking, is against Manchester United away from home. What in the Women's Super League is this? I am absolutely flabbergasted that the Premier League think Man United are that bad that we have to go to them for the first game of the season. I remember when we finished fifth, right? And then Unai Emery was in charge. You know what our first game of the season was? Man City at the Emirates. We lost 2-0. We then faced Chelsea away. We lost 3-2. Tough. And I also remember that time we lost 2-0 to Brentford when they got promoted. Friday kickoff. Then we got humiliated 5-0 by Man City. And then lost 2-0 at the Emirates to Chelsea. In 2022? Tough fixtures. And this is up there. This is actually up there. The fact that we got Liverpool away from home on September the 30th is insane. Obviously, these fixtures are subject to change with TVs getting involved. They're going to move this game to a Sunday, this game to a Saturday, this game to a Friday. Rete. But yeah, we kick off the season with 4 tough fixtures, in my opinion, before the Champions League kicks off. United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, and then Forest at home. Then the Champions League season kicks off mid-September, September the 16th. And then Man City come to us. And we go to Newcastle after that. 2 tough games against tough opposition that are in the Champions League. Obviously, Man City, they're going to be gunning for the title again. They're splashed the cash side in Reinders, Cherokee. Marmouche is 6 months into his City spell. He's going to be on fire next season. It's a lot of things to look out for. United are managing to hold on to Isaac. Gordon's in interest of Arsenal. So we'll see how the season and September goes out. You look at the October fixtures, we don't even leave London, but we face bogey team on bogey team. We didn't win both our fixtures against West Ham, Fulham, or Palace last season. We drew 2-2 at the Emirates against the South Londoners. We drew away at Fulham last season. We lost at home to West Ham as well. That was brutal. So we have to get 9 points from 9 in October. No matter who we got in the Champions League games or the Carabao Cup games, rare. Then you look in November, look, 2 away fixtures, 2 of the easiest away fixtures you're likely to get, followed by 2 London derbies. Tottenham at home and Chelsea away. That ain't gonna be easy. But reload it to the time we were in a title race where we hammered Tottenham 3-2 and Chelsea 5-0 when Kai Havertz came clutch. December fixtures, brutal because we've got 6 games in 1 month against very good Premier League opposition. None of these games are easy. In fact, these are our biggest banana skins. Brentford at the Emirates, Villa, Wolves, Everton, Brighton, and Aston Villa. Not easy games. You know, Aston Villa coming back from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 against us. They gave us a tough game at Villa Park, even though we did beat them 2-0. They're going to be well up for it with Unai Emery in charge. You look at the Brentford home fixture. Who is going to be managing them? We're not sure. That's going to be a tricky game. Brentford are tipped to get relegated because of Thomas Frank's leaving. You look at then the fixtures of Everton. Not easy. Not easy, these fixtures. And yeah, a lot of banana skins involved. If we're first place, that might be our blue shell. If you know Mario Kart. You then go into the new year with January fixtures. Obviously, AFCON is around that time between the Bournemouth games and the Leeds United games. So that's not going to be easy. Liverpool at home is going to be tough. they could be without Mo Salah, which could give Arsenal a big benefit, a big boost. But we also have to go to Forest away and then United at home. Not easy fixtures. Leeds away after that. But January is going to be big for Arsenal because it's the the deadline day on the 31st. You know, January gonna have to make signings. There's gonna be a time period where we're lacking in a position due to injuries that we're gonna have to sign players. Are you gonna be Man City where you're proactive, where you're gonna try to save your season, reach a final, and get top four secure? Or are you gonna be like Arsenal that doesn't make a move and then just stumbles to 74 points? We're gonna have to make investments now and in January so that we're well prepared. I know it's in the FA Cup fixtures would start, and in between some of these games in autumn, there's going to be Carabao Cup games, so it's not going to be easy. A lot of the times, it is going to be 3 times a week. These fixtures will also change from the Saturday to the Sunday. It's also important to note that we've got a Wednesday kickoff at Liverpool against Liverpool at home under the lights. Ain't easy against Liverpool. The last time I think we played them at the Emirates, we lost 2-0 in the Carabao Cup in the semi-finals. They ended up winning that against Chelsea, which was heartbreaking. But yeah, not easy. And you go again in February. Tottenham v Chelsea. That could be title deciding games. This time around last year, it was all and over. We lost to West Ham and Liverpool beat Man City 2-0. That confirmed it for me. But if we can rewind to the time we hammered them at this stage where we beat Tottenham 3-2, Chelsea at home 3-0, that'd be great. 5-0, that'd be great. But they're going to be stronger next season with Frank in charge. You know, Chelsea off the back of a Club World Cup, they beat LAFC. It's a bit weird. You know, they didn't even sell out almost half of their tickets. But it is what it is. March, a lot of banana skins involved. Brighton and Everton in back-to-back games. Wolves away is not going to be easy. Then you go into the games against in April, Newcastle and Man City in back-to-back games again. Brutal from us. Brutal. And we got an away fixture against Man City and then a home fixture against Newcastle. We tend to face, when we face Newcastle around this time, we don't know what Arsenal will get. Sometimes we'll crumble. Sometimes we'll actually get the win like we did earlier this year. And then in May, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. 3 of the 4 games in London, which isn't bad if you're in a title running, but it all depends on how we do. And then obviously TV selections have only been made for the opening weekend of the season, which we'll go through that in a second. Clubs in European competition may see fixtures move to a Sunday in weeks where they are playing in midweek. Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool, Forest, you know, and Aston Villa all have those complicated fixtures where they could move to a Sunday or even a Monday. But yeah, like even then, a home game against Man City will definitely be on a Sunday. With that game being one of the biggest games of the season, one of the most entertaining games of the season with a 2-2 and a 5-1 victory, that was always on a Sunday. And then they've also committed to giving a supporters a minimum of 6 weeks notice, which is very good because match-going fans can plan ahead instead of having it sorted with a week or 2 weeks to go where they can't arrange that stuff. And yeah, I think it's not bad for Arsenal. I think it is brutal. I think when you look into it, the start of the season is brutal, but it tells Arsenal, go and get the players. Go and get Seshko or Gyökeres or get Zubimendi signed up, sign the goalkeeper, sign Gehi, sign all the transfer links that we've been linked with. That's my reaction to it. We also go up to the reactions like Liverpool Bournemouth is the first game of the season. That's going to be a good game of football. Andoni Areola has been brilliant, but Bournemouth have been affected with Zabani set to join PSG. Hoyson is left for Real Madrid. Semenyo's been linked with a move away. Clivert is wanted by clubs. So that's not going to be easy for them, but they go to Anfield where it's going to be rocking. They've won the league. 12:30 kickoff is a brilliant game between Villa and Newcastle. That's an exciting game. That's going to be a good matchup. The 5:30 kickoff, of course, Wolves v Man City, another good game. That's a banana skin for Man City. That's a good match. The 3 p.m. kickoffs, of course, are happening with Spurs v Burnley, Sunderland v West Ham, Forest v Brentford, which actually on another day could have been a decent kickoff. You could have put that on the Monday kickoff, but Leeds have returned to the Premier League. Ellen Road is a very good place. You know, they face Everton and then sandwich between that, Chelsea Palace, a London derby, and then United Arsenal. So that's some decent fixtures. And of course, Arsenal fans are not happy.
You have to rerun this. You have to rerun these fixtures. Run it back, because what the hell is this? Jesus is Lord. Because what in the fugazi fixture list is this? Our opening day is Manchester United. Then we have Liverpool. Then after that, City, Newcastle. Are you having me on? This is blasphemy behavior. Bet these all use ChatGPT to come up with these fixtures. And ultimately computer. Something like that to read these fixtures. How are you going to put us up with United, Newcastle, City, Liverpool, all in the opening fixtures? Why? Then someone has it out for us. Someone has it out for us. You want to see first half? Thanos like Liverpool side.
Thanos like Liverpool side is wild. I disagree. Just get the signings in and we'll be alright. Also important to note, he may be upset by this, but if we avoid injuries in pre-season and in Man United Leeds fixture, we're good to go for Liverpool, Forest City and Newcastle. Having a fully fit squad for those 4 games is going to be so important and crucial because there's going to be injuries midway through the season out of nowhere where we're going to be angry. So we just need to calm down on that.
And you want to subvert a menacing Man City? No way! No, someone has it out first because no one is getting what we're getting. You want us to suffer from the jump. Disgraceful activities. Because see me, I'm not watching this season. No way. Nah, this season is alright. 26-27 will be our year.
26-27 is our year. That's the season after. We're going to have to rewind to these fixtures again and then be angry. Oh my God. Another Arsenal fan that's a bit more optimistic is Egal out here. Shout out Egal Talks Football. I might have to do a video on this guy. If I get like 10 likes, I'll do a video on him. Some of the crash outs he's had over the season has been insane. But he's one of the more optimistic Arsenal fans. And he is Arteta in, which has rattled other Arsenal fans that we'll react to.
Premier League fixtures are out, ladies and gentlemen. Our Arsenal got a very, very tough start to the new season. But you know the good news is, if we win the league, we'll be lifting it in London at least. Our away game is versus Selhurst Park on the final day of the season. It would have been nice to have the final day of the season at the Emirates, but it's going to be at Selhurst Park.
If imagine we win the league at West Ham, that would be insane. Declan Rice lift the Premier League trophy in front of all of those pesky West Ham fans that have been cussing him out since a £100 million transfer to Arsenal. That would be insane. Also important in May, if we do go far in the Champions League, we haven't got the toughest run of fixtures, but we got the biggest banana skins.
Look at this though. We play Manchester United on the opening game of the season on a Sunday. What a game to start the season off with. We should win, even though Old Trafford's a tough place to go to. Liverpool.
I think that's exciting. I genuinely find that exciting that we kick off the season against one of our biggest rivals. Like, we win that game, we're buzzing to go to Leeds and Liverpool. We have it just hammered one of our biggest rivals and then just sent their fans into meltdown over the new season. They'll be chanting Amorim out while we're 3 points heavy on the board. But if we do drop points against United, it gives Arsenal a bit of a wake-up call.
Then we play Tottenham and Chelsea back-to-back both times. We play each team, obviously, in the Premier League twice. But to have them in the same order is very interesting. Why do we have to play them back-to-back? Do they come as a duo? Like, what is this? And as for that...
Yeah, they come in as the Premier League's and deck. Can't get one without the other. Yeah, man. Like, Egal's a lot more optimistic, of course. He thinks we're going to win the league. Obviously, we need to make some signings. We need to trust Arteta. We need to back him. Otherwise, I'm going to be Arteta out. If Arsenal are not first in the league before we get knocked out in the Carabao or FA Cup games, I'm Arteta out. We have to be leading in the league when we face the Carabao Cup teams. I don't care. I want Arsenal to be first in the league and win that Carabao Cup, give us that momentum, and then we win the league. Because I don't see Arsenal winning our Premier League without having some sort of momentum boost. Liverpool had momentum because they weren't on a massive cup run. So did Newcastle. In fact, I don't think Newcastle would have got Champions League qualification had they not beaten Liverpool in the final. That's my opinion. But that's why all of us Arsenal fans have to take the Carabao Cup seriously. But yeah, another fan we're going to react to is, of course, Lee Gunner. And this is how I feel about this scenario.
So, you played the same teams twice, you prats. Like, from what we're doing here, you all played the same team twice. Doesn't matter what order you fucking play them in. Yeah? And if you're crying about the start that you have, that means you're underprepared to begin with.
Facts, it's true.
Why would you worry about having Spurs, Aston Villa, Man City at the beginning of the season like last season? Yeah, why would you worry about that if you're prepared? If we're so good, why are you crying?
It's true.
Why are you moaning about that?
Yeah, he's got a point. Like, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. We have to go out and get Seshko or just anyone. Like, we can't be underprepared for deadline day. Tottenham, Chelsea, back to back. Arsenal fans not happy. I find it absolutely hilarious. Like, what do you mean? Start the season, restart the season. Brother, we've got to show some sort of enthusiasm. But Andrea Berta has to come out, get the wallet from the Cronkies, and get the signings in. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Who should I react to next? In a bit, people. In a bit. I'm out.